Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. Today I'm here to talk to you about all the books that I got in January, and there are like so many of them. So in total, I got 17 books in January, which is quite a bit, and I normally don't get that many. So like, don't think that I just like go out and buy 20 books a month. Like, that's insane. I do have a book buying problem, but it's usually not that bad. So basically, a little while ago, like in December, I think, I basically reorganized my shelves, and I went through all of the books that I had read. I basically decided which ones I wanted to keep and which ones I was okay with like getting rid of. And so I set all the books that I was okay with getting rid of aside, and I am trying to swap them instead of like going and donating them. But any of the ones that I don't get rid of by swapping, I will end up donating. But I just thought that the swapping thing would be a cool idea. So that way, like, I'm getting rid of books and someone else is getting books that they want. And then I'm getting books that I want. So instead of having to go out and buy them, I'm getting them for basically the shipping costs. And so, yeah, so I've been on this Facebook group a couple of times, swapping some books out. And so that is where this first set of books that I'm going through has been through, or has come from. Whatever. All right, so one quick thing before I get started too. All of the books that I've purchased or swapped are books that are on like my want to read. They're books that I have looked at before, read the synopsis, and thought, oh, that sounds good, and added to my shelf like that I want to read. So I'm not like going out and like just picking like random books. I'm not going to the bookstore and like picking up a book and going, oh, that sounds good, and like getting it. Like, these are books that I've looked at before. I'm kind of trying to limit myself to that because I really would get out of control if I just like got any book that looked good in the picture or whatever. So anyway, so all of these have been on my shelf before, so, or have already been on my shelf. So The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter, I swapped for that one. I also got the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which I think that this is a horror novel, as far as I understand. I've heard really great things about it. I have been kind of struggling with the horror genre. I've only read a few books, but I just haven't been like super impressed by them, I guess. And so I'm not like ready to give up on the genre. Like, obviously within a genre, there's like so many different kinds of books. And so I'm just kind of like experimenting to see like what, like, you know, maybe there's some specific kind of horror novels that I like. But anyway, so I think that that one's a horror novel and fits in. I have heard amazing things about this one. Everyone is talking about it. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And I know that this is like the first one, so it's kind of like older because there's another one out in between that's come out since or whatever that everyone is like really talking about right now. So anyway, I really don't know anything about it. I just know that these books are about the Brown sisters and like each one is about a sister, but I don't know anything about like specifically Chloe's story or anything like that. But you know, that's okay. I just thought it would be really good. Everyone is talking about it. So all right. A little while ago, I read The Whisper Man by Alex North. And so, like, I know, like, when I read the synopsis about the shadows a while back, I wasn't really, like, I don't know. It didn't, like, super intrigue me. I was like, eh. But I ended up reading The Whisper Man and actually really enjoyed it. And it's, like, the first thriller novel that has actually given me, like, full-body chills when I was, like, reading it. And so I thought maybe I need to check out some of Alex North's other, you know, stuff. So I did go ahead and swap out for that one. We'll see. All right, this one is Long Bright River by Liz Moore, which this is, I didn't realize how big a book this was. Like, this is a nice sized book. It feels really nice. This is, it's some kind of novel, like true crime type of novel. I don't really know the story. I know it has to do with like two sisters, and one of them's like a detective, and one of them is like missing, you know, has like fallen off the face of the earth. And so I first heard about this one I first heard about this one on Gabby's channel. And she absolutely loved it. And I've heard really good things about it from other people too. And so I just thought that it would be, you know, an interesting book. I'm kind of into true crime. Like, I'm not like super crazy. Like, I don't like sit around and watch serial killer documentaries like every second of every day. But it is interesting. I do enjoy it. So hopefully I'll enjoy that one. All right, A Gentleman in Moscow. I honestly have no idea what this book is about. I do know that at some point I thought that it sounded interesting, like I read the synopsis, but that must have been a long time ago because I honestly don't know anything about it. But I think it's a historical fiction. It's like the large print one. Like, look how big this stuff is. Love it. Like, it makes the book so much bigger, but like, I'm not gonna have any issue seeing with my freaking blind butt. All right, another horror novel that I got is Bird Box, which I know a little bit about it because I have obviously, like, I watched the trailer for the movie, but I was a little bit scared to watch it because I'm kind of a baby. Like, I don't really watch scary movies. So anyway, but everyone is just like raving about this, and I know that this like sequel Mallory came out like this year, and everyone is just raving about it too. And so I just thought that this might be another good one, you know, to try out for the horror genre. I really like this one, and like the feel of this book is what I mean by it. And then I want to show you, like, each chapter has, like, you know, a little, like, picture on it. So it's just kind of cool. It's a nice feeling book. All right. Next is A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreight. And I honestly don't know anything about this book either. I swear, like, I have at some point read these books, like the synopsis for these books, and thought that they sounded good. I just don't remember what they are anymore. All right. I also got The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which I've only read one of her books, but I read The Great Alone a couple years ago, and it, like, literally blew me away. I thought it was so freaking good. And so I've been trying to get into some more of her stuff. I have Firefly Lane on my shelf already, and for some reason every time I go to the store I think, oh, I picked this one up, and I'm like, no, but I have that one at home, and I don't know why. I don't know if like the similar coloring between this one and Firefly Lane like makes me like get them mixed up, but anyway, I finally have it on my shelf. So okay, so that's all the books that I swapped. I don't really know where to include this one, but this one's for my mom. So basically my mom has the Book of the Month subscription, and she doesn't keep any books on her shelf. So she basically unhauls them immediately after she reads them. And she's been giving me her Book of the Month ones for me to check out. So this is The Removed by Brandon Hobson, and I honestly have no idea what it's about. Like, she literally just handed this to me yesterday and said, here you go, I just read this one, it was good. And like, we moved on in the conversation talking about something else and never really talked about what the book was about, and I haven't even read the synopsis. But it's kind of funny because I actually canceled my Book of the Month subscription. I did it for about a year, and I ran into the same problem that everybody else has, that I am getting that new book every month, and it's awesome. Like, I mean, $15 for a hardback book is amazing. And, you know, I want to read these books. Like, I'm reading the synopsis and I'm, you know, interested in them, but they end up on my shelf and I never read them. So I ended up canceling mine to kind of save that $15 and try to keep myself, you know, from getting books in that I'm not necessarily reading. I buy at a much faster pace than I read. And then my mom turned around and got a Book of the Month and started handing me hers. So I really didn't get rid of it. I didn't really solve my problem, but that's okay. At least now I'm not paying for it, right? Okay, so after that, I did purchase some books for various reasons. One of them was Taylor Jenkins' read Maybe in Another Life. And the reason that I purchased this is, first of all, it's been on my radar. I've been interested in reading it. Taylor Jenkins reads it is amazing. So, the reason that I ended up buying it now, though, is because my book club has 2 discussion books, and this is one of them for the month of February. So I just used that as an excuse to buy a copy of it. So I got the paperback copy, and I'm really excited. I've heard really great things about this one. So another one that I purchased that has been on my radar, but like I said, 2 discussion books, and both of them are really good choices for February. And the other one is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, I think is how you say that. First of all, this cover is so cool. I love the way that the orange pops on the navy blue. But again, I think I heard about this one first on Gabby's channel, and she just raved about how good it was. And so it's kind of been like in the back of my head, like, oh, I want to check that one out or whatever. And then when they made it one of the discussion books for February, I was like, okay, that's all the excuse I need to go get it. So I also got that one. This one was one of my most anticipated books for the year 2021. It just came out like this month, like not that long ago, but that is Shipped by Angie Hoffman. And I mean, they even say like on the back that it is The Unhoneymooners meets The Hating Game, which I have not read The Hating Game, but I have read The Unhoneymooners. And this just sounds like such a cute book. And I really love these kind of like romantic comedy books to kind of like reset after reading like hard-hitting or, you know, like intense thrillers. It's just kind of nice to take a break and read something that's like fun and uplifting, and that's usually what I pick up is a book like this. So I'm kind of excited about that one. And then another one that I purchased for my book club, this is one that they're doing as a buddy read, not one of the discussion books, but there is a buddy read with a bunch of people that are reading The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher. So I just happened upon this one. Like, I wasn't really planning on like getting it, but I was at Walmart grocery shopping and just kind of zipped through their little like book aisle, which is so lacking, let's be real. But I happened to see this one and I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, this looks good. And, you know, I did read The Wives by Taryn Fisher, which wasn't like my favorite book ever, but it was like pretty good. So anyway, I went ahead and picked that one up. Okay, so then I did purchase 2 ebooks. I purchased and read Ready Player 2 this month. And then I also purchased, this one was on sale, the Jane Austen Society. Kind of been on my radar for a while, but I just haven't like been in the mood to like read it, so I haven't just bought it yet. But it was on sale one day on Kindle for like $3, and I figured you can't beat $3 for a book, so I just went ahead and got it. Okay, so then I also pre-ordered 2 books that are coming out in the month of February. So I've already paid for them. That's kind of why I'm including them. Obviously, I don't have them yet, but I'm going to go ahead and include them in this one since that's when I paid for them. So those are The 4 Winds by Kristen Hanna, which is her new book that has this awesome, gorgeous, like really simple but gorgeous cover. We're doing an event in my book club for that. This book club, man, got me buying all these books. And then I also got A Court of Silver Flames, which they're also doing an event for that one too. So I did not purchase these because they're doing an event. These were some of my more anticipated like novels that were coming out this year. So anyway, that is all the books that I bought. So I am keeping track of my book spending this year, which could end up being like a super bad thing. We'll see. But I'm just interested because I do spend a lot of money on books. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, obviously, like, I have 2 shelves full of books that I haven't even read. So, obviously, I spend money on books. And I'm trying to do it cheaper by doing the swapping and everything. But I was just kind of curious to see, like, in a year, how much money am I spending? How much money am I spending on average per month? Yeah, my husband probably is not going to be interested in seeing this, but I am. Maybe it'll get me to stop spending so much money on them. So, anyway, I'm not off to a great start. So 17 books. I spent a total of $115.36 on all of these books this month. So it's not terrible, but I mean, $100 a month on books is like, you know, $1,200 a year. And then obviously like it's a little over 100. So it's more, it would be more if I spent this much every month, it would be more than $1,200 in a year. So it is a lot of money. I'm just kind of interested to see like where that goes, you know? So I didn't even make it a month without buying books, but anyway. So yeah, that is all the books that I got in January. There's a lot, and I gotta go find room on my shelves for them. But anyway, so yeah, I hope everyone had a great January, and I hope that February is, you know, exciting and awesome for everybody too. So anyway, bye y'all.